You want to start working with Lord Lucifer? I got you. Lord Lucifer is usually an infernal that a lot of practitioners start out with. He very much does like humans and enjoys helping them overcome religious trauma that kind of blocks you as a practitioner. Now, with keeping in mind and working with him, he's still an infernal emperor. He is a highly respected one, and he does and will demand respect from you. You build a relationship with him, but he is very much open to doing that with you. And he will be one of your biggest backbones as a practitioner. He will probably open a lot of doors for you in terms of learning about the occult and dip with epithets about how you're going to work with him because he has many faces. Lucifer is a title. It means light bringer. The deities behind Lucifer's face do tend to shift depending on the practitioner, and they work with whoever the being behind the title is. I tend to see him as the Roman deity aspect the most, but I do see aspects of Samael, and with these will come different personalities as well. A lot of people who are practitioners tend to very much see Lucifer as a being that is very mysterious, and not a lot of people do understand him as of yet. But I do think it's one of the most important things about recording as practitioners. So with a couple of books I would like to add and research that I think are very good, you're going to probably want to learn some basic stuff about Luciferianism. Learning about the principles of Luciferianism could be easily found online, but some really good book recommendations could be Apotheosis by Michael W. Ford. Some of the things in this book, I will warn you, is a bit misleading, but I think that was mostly based on his personal gnosis of the being known as Samael and Azazel. But I think it's a really good, important read if you're starting out. Now, for a book that's really more drawn to Lucifer and his many different faces and paths at which you can work with him, including his dragon path, which I find incredibly fun. The Rites of Lucifer. This is a really good one. Different invocations, rites, rituals, and history about the being Lucifer is very much prevalent in this book, and actually it gives a brief description of every single face and its origins. So I highly recommend this book. Now, with working with Lucifer as a deity, he's actually really good with cleansing, banishment, and protection magic. These were the kind of spells I started out with him because he will let you know when it's time to clean out your space, whether it be physically or spiritually. So he very much enjoys red, black, and gold. The reason at which I'm saying gold is because I've noticed that he has a lot of things in common with the sun. When I meditate with him, it's kind of like a sensation of a morning sunlight hitting you from the window. That's why I associate him with gold more. Very good crystals to have on his altar is selenite, celestialite, obsidian, and carnelian. And amethyst as well. I would recommend a protection oil that you have in dedication with him, which I find really perfect if you want to anoint yourself and anoint your candles for your magic. In recommendations of doing prayers and rituals to him, I highly recommend doing it on Friday mornings because Friday is the day of Venus and he is the personified version of the planet Venus. I find it to be the most powerful time to work with him. In terms of devotional acts towards him, you are going to love this part because this is where it gets a lot more fun. He is a bringer of knowledge, which means that he will want you to study. He will influence you to learn more and learn more about yourself and your own personal path, whether you stick with demonology or you go on a different path. So he loves it when you get into demonology, you start learning more about the Goetia and other demons. He loves it when you learn more about his mythology or when you're just kind of studying for tests or anything. He's very much helpful with that as well. He very much influences your motivation to learn. Upon building his altar, you're going to want to make a petition for him. Write out what you want to learn from him, what you want him to bring into your life. You can burn it, you could place it just under his altar, under his candle, and he'll still get the message, like a letter. I can also give you some good videos in helps of you building an altar to him. One channel I actually really do recommend for starting out and learning about how to make an altar for him will be coming from the Lunar Witch on YouTube. He has a lot of good tips, but please keep your eyes open. The Infernal Path is very much customized for you. A deity will have means in which they want to help work with you and how you're going to work with yourself. Be respectful and remain aware. He really likes to show his presence with you in the physical realm through animals. I have found it to be through the crow, black cats, seeing black feathers on the ground. His message will come to you how you feel it. Infernal blessings.